Okay, third time the drum. Hi, my name is Emiliano Santin, and this is my conflict management PowerPoint assignment for COM 9. Before we begin, we must address what is conflict, and the best definition found was by the National Center for Biotechnology Information, and it says, quote, "Conflict is the disagreement or difference of opinions between or among individuals that can be potentially harmful to any organization." So, managing conflict. Now that we understand what conflict is, we got to understand what managing conflict looks like. So, conflict management is the use of processes, tools, and skills to find different ways to manage and disperse disagreements. Quote by the University of Delaware saying, "Managing conflict is an art. It is something that you can improve on and not master, because at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy." Who benefits from managing conflict? I believe that anybody can benefit from learning to manage conflict or being affected by their conflict being managed. I feel like overall it's better than just to hang on. It's better to resolve a conflict than to hang on to it and let it, build up. But I do think that people that hold positions of power should take some kind of conflict management course. Because, if they're in that power, then they should be able to disperse an argument if need be. Another really common question you get with conflict management is, can it be good? We must first understand that conflict in itself is pretty much inescapable. But can it always be a bad thing? The University of Delaware says that conflicts and disagreements get a bad name, but they are always a sign that change is needed, is coming, or has already happened. Developing a positive outlook and practicing the skills can make conflict less intimidating. So, how to address conflict? While there are steps to addressing conflict, the National Center for Biotechnology Information says that before communication begins, you got to set rules for respectful communications. You can't have people just going in saying outlandish things and just starting an argument rather than trying to resolve it. You must ask everybody to set aside preconceived opinions and notions about each other. All parties need to engage, to listen without interruption. You can't really get your point across if you keep being interrupted. Restating the problem out loud provides the understanding and agreement about the problem causing the conflict. And ask each party to come up with a solution. Discuss each solution, the positive and negatives, the ups and downs of each, and come up with your own from there. There is multiple ways besides the one listed before to address conflict. Here are some more common ones, such as like the avoidance method. The avoidance method is where one party kind of just gives up and doesn't really try to fight their battle. They kind of just ignore it, and while it may benefit one individual, it is a losing situation in the long run because it often leaves one party unsatisfied. One that's really similar is the accommodative one, where it's one party wins and one loses. Although it does resolve the conflict, it does not satisfy both parties, since one party had to, agree with the other one when they had a different point of view. Another way to address conflict is through competitive, whereas one party wins and one loses. It solves the problem, but it doesn't promote a team approach. It kind of promotes like this competitive aspect that can often lead to them bumping heads later down the road. A couple more ways to address conflict. The compromise, where they kind of just take a little bit of each of their solution and bring it together. While they won't be fully satisfied, this can sometimes be the best in scenarios where neither idea is too good, but both combined can make a better solution, And the final way to address conflict is collaborative. And this often is seen as the best one. I feel is the best one as well. It's where all parties involved work together and they find the common ground. everybody tends to engage in active listening, respectful communication, and it usually generates the best outcome for any sort of conflict. And here are my references used